I want to wear the hair and the makeup, but, my wife was like, you can't do that because you're doing a serious thing. And now, if you do get out, you will have a strict curfew. I don't care if Jesus comes down and tells you he needs to ride to church. You get into a car and drive, I will have a contempt hearing. Oh, now we have a problem. Yeah. Now we have a problem. If it's an inconvenience to you to have this, and the problem is that when the cat's away, the mice.
You know the saying, when the cat's away, the mice will play. Since it's Halloween, I had to share this wild clip of Judge Fleer showing up to court dressed as Beetlejuice. And honestly, these clips are gold. Even though Judge Fleer is a fun, easygoing guy, he doesn't mess around when people break the rules or violate their bond. It's just crazy seeing someone get scolded by a judge in full costume. These moments are one of a kind. Tell me in the comments, do you think it's okay for a judge to wear a costume in court, or is it too much? Personally, I think it's fine, but I know some people will be mad about it. Anyway, let's dive in.
Beetlejuice today, Judge. Beetlejuice. I like that.
I want to wear the hair and the makeup, but, my wife was like, you can't do that because you're doing a serious thing. And,
I mean,
she's right.
It's one day.
She's right.
Would you think it would have gone bad to do that? Yeah, but let's have fun.
This is not about fun.
No, that's true. I guess that's a matter of perspective, right? You were on bond for DWI, and now you've picked up another DWI. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you, man.
The officer was dispatched to a major one-car vehicle accident. The officer made contact with a witness who observed the motor vehicle had left the scene but was still blocking a moving lane of traffic and had struck a school zone signpost. The officer also observed the defendant's motor vehicle had crashed in the direction moving against the flow of traffic, and the witness identified the defendant as the driver. EMS saw the defendant in the driver's seat of the crashed vehicle with her feet sticking out and the engine still running. Upon contact with the defendant, the officer observed bloodshot eyes, slurred speech, and unsteady balance on the defendant's person, along with a strong odor of an alcoholic beverage, and general disorientation and slow responses. When asked about the accident, the defendant stated she may have fallen asleep but did not remember the crash occurring. The defendant admitted to drinking and consuming Adderall, and she said that she was the sole occupant and operator of the motor vehicle. The officers recovered 2 open alcoholic beverage containers from the passenger side floorboard.
Drinking while driving?
Yes, Your Honor. And 4 unopened containers. Standard field sobriety tests were performed. HGN 4 out of 6, walk and turn 8 out of 8, and 1 leg stand 3 out of 4. A blood warrant was drafted and executed.
The lab results came back as 0.286.
0.026.
0.206, because there's a big difference. Is it 0.26?
Yes, 0.286. Yes, Judge. Yes.
Yes, Your Honor.
That is a very high blood test. Can you run an NCIC? I'd like to know what other kind of criminal history she has, number one. Number two, did we have her sign a no driving affidavit on the first one? Because if she did, I'm going to have a contempt hearing.
I don't see a no driving affidavit on the file, Your Honor.
Yeah, well, her driver's license wasn't eligible though on the second DWI.
Probably because of the first and the ALR. Mr. Treadwell, I want you to be perfectly clear about something. I'm going to do everything in my power to protect the citizens of Harris County. Every single day, someone dies because of a DWI in Harris County. And I will do everything in my power to protect my city. And if that means putting you in custody because you repeatedly flaunt our bond conditions, so be it. Now, I'm going to revoke your bond and I'm taking you in. And now, if you do get out, you will have a strict curfew of 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. And I'm forbidding you from going within a car at all. You will now be signing an affidavit, and if I find that you drive, and I don't care what your reason is, I don't care if Jesus comes down and tells you he needs to ride to church, you get into a car and drive, I will have a contempt hearing. Every time you get into a car, it's up to 6 months in jail and a $500 fine. On one ankle, you will get a GPS monitor. On your other ankle, you're going to get a scram device, so I know that you're not consuming alcohol. As it stands now, I'm revoking your bonds and I'm putting them both at $25,000. Do you understand? She goes with you.
Getting sent to jail is bad enough, but imagine it happening while the judge is dressed as Beetlejuice. I don't even know how people keep a straight face. Still, that's what makes Judge Fleer so respected. Even in costume, he's serious about the law. Especially when it comes to drunk driving, you can tell that hits home for him. In this case, the defendant was already out on bond for a DWI and still got caught drinking and driving again. It's wild. Honestly, I think first-time drunk drivers should spend at least a few days in jail, because most of them don't, and that's probably why they keep doing it. What do you guys think? Should every drunk driver automatically get jail time? Now, the hearing gets serious. The judge tells the man he could be taken into custody for not installing his alcohol monitoring device on time. The man insists he tried, but the system messed up. Judge Fleer checks with his staff and learns the man has a long history: manslaughter, assault, and another DWI. That's when the judge lays into him. "You're crashing and burning before our eyes," he says. "I'm trying everything I can to stop you before you destroy someone's life." He reminds the man that people die every day in Harris County from drunk driving and that he's paying for the alcohol monitor himself, so the guy has no excuse. The judge's message is simple: don't kill someone. When the man's dad comes up, you can feel how heavy this is. The father looks completely heartbroken, embarrassed and disappointed. His son used his car to drive drunk, and now they're both dragged into this mess. And all of this is happening while the judge is dressed as Beetlejuice, serious and funny at the same time. Judge Fleer explains that the father doesn't have to pay anything, he just needs to make sure his son doesn't drive. If the son drives again, he could face 6 months in jail for contempt. At the end, Judge Fleer tells them, "Good luck to you. If you need anything, come talk to us. Happy Halloween." But when he says it, you can hear the sadness in his voice. The costume added humor, but the hearing itself was tough to watch. You could tell the dad was crushed, watching his son spiral down a bad path. Some parents do everything right, but their kids still go the wrong way, and that's what this looked like. It's rare to see something both funny and heartbreaking at the same time. A Beetlejuice judge trying to save a man's life, that's not something you see every day. So what do you think? Was the costume unprofessional or just harmless Halloween fun? Let me know in the comments. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more wild courtroom moments.